Greetings, energetic, fiery, impulsive Aries. My name is Eliane Nicole. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And now I'm going to do the May 2020 Tarot and Astrology forecast for Aries. I'm going to start with the tarot reading and then talk a little bit about the planets and the transits afterwards. If you are just stumbling upon this channel for the first time, please press subscribe. And I recommend that you watch the videos for your sun, moon, and rising sign. And if you don't know your sun, moon, and rising, then contact me for a birth chart reading. Everyone should have their birth chart done at least once in life. It's a very valuable tool for self-awareness and self-discovery. And as we enter the month of May, Aries, the Six of Swords, this looks like this is sometimes can be a short trip. If it's not a literal trip that you're taking, it could be more of a journey from a choppy emotional state to a calmer emotional state. And you're covered by the Three of Pentacles. This can be not working, or it can be a card that brings up the incompetent or unskilled worker. And you are crossed by the Emperor, which is a man. This is an authority figure. This is someone who's in a position of taking charge, leadership. It can be a boss, a landlord, a father, a husband, a coach. The Emperor is any of those things. The basis is the Page of Rods. And for Aries who have children, the Page of Rods is going to be your child starting on a new project. It looks like something very positive. For Aries who don't have children, this could be that you are starting on you have an opportunity to begin a new project or a new work endeavor, something like that. And if you are a young person yourself, like in your early 20s, then this would be you, actually. Wands correspond to the element of fire, and Aries is fire. What's leaving is the King of Rods, and this is a fiery man. What could come into being is the Chariot reversed. This is halting, pulling back the reins on something, not moving forward. What will come into being is the Four of Swords. This is a period of reflection, being alone, retreat, meditation, quiet contemplation. Fears or insecurities. This has to do with a man, a romantic man, a romantic interest, a boyfriend, a lover, something like that. When it's not a romantic person, it can be, the Knight of Cups can also be a creative man. Others see you. This is the Queen of Swords. This is a woman who has a sharp tongue and is clear on her vision. She's determined, not a sharp tongue. She's a great communicator, actually. A sharp mind. And the positive feelings are the Ten of Swords. So this is a completion, and even though it might be a tough completion, it looks like Aries has a very positive feeling about that. And then the outcome is the Five of Pentacles reversed. And this could be recovering from a financial loss or recovering from the pain of a loss or separation of some kind. And that is the month of May for Aries. And now I'm going to talk a little bit about the planets. It is notable that in May, 3 planets go retrograde this month, and there are 4 planetary ingresses. May 5th, the true node moves into Gemini. The true node has been in Cancer for the past year and a half. So the fact that it's moving into Gemini is significant because the true node is about higher purpose. And then, of course, the South Node on the opposite side is about karma and what we're letting go of. So it's what we're going towards collectively and what we're letting go of collectively. And the Gemini-Sagittarius axis is very interesting. So I highly recommend that you contact me for a reading so you can see where this nodal shift lands in your chart, and what you'll be exploring through the next year and a half. And yeah, so May 7th is the full moon of Scorpio, and the full moon of Scorpio is a very deep, profound, it's a psychic new moon. Full moon. It's a very psychic full moon. It is, the themes of Scorpio are death, sex, transformation, regeneration, rebirth. So this is a full moon where, things that will be highlighted will be questions about maybe reinventing oneself, questions around death, questions around sex, questions around research or mysteries even for Aries, because Aries and Scorpio are quincunx. So those energies can misunderstand each other, or during the Scorpio full moon, it can create questions for Aries in those areas. May 11th, Saturn goes retrograde in Aquarius. And for Aries rising personality in particular, that's going to be in the house of friends and business associates. And that will be facing reality in that area. But if you don't know your rising, contact me again, and we can look at your chart and where that Saturn retrograde is happening for you. Mercury moves into Gemini May 11th as well, and Mercury's at home in Gemini, so this is a good time for communication. This is a good time for writing. This is a good time for talking, for corresponding. All of that is highlighted. May 13th, Mars is moving into Pisces, and that's a watery Mars, and so it's going to be a time collectively where people are being very motivated and driven by emotions, and in each of our individual charts that manifests differently. Venus is also going retrograde May 13th, and this is the first Venus retrograde we've had in a year and a half. The last one was October 2018, I think, the end of October 2018. It was in Libra that time. This time it's in Gemini. So Venus retrograde in Gemini will bring romantic relationships. There could be communication issues in romantic relationships during this time, or unresolved issues from the past coming up for review at this time. And May 14th, Jupiter goes retrograde in Capricorn. And so for the Aries rising personality, this will be happening in your house of career and attainment. But again, if you don't know your rising, contact me for a reading. May 20th, the sun moves into Gemini, so it's Gemini season, and Gemini is sextile Aries, and so Gemini and Aries generally have a good energetic combination. Aries, I think, feels good in Gemini season, and May 22nd is the new moon of Gemini, and new moons are times to set your intentions. And for Aries that are writers, this is a very important new moon for writing, setting your goals around your writing materials. For Aries that do anything in the communications or speaking or writing, media, all of that stuff is going to be really highlighted around this time, and it's a great time to set any intentions. This new moon fully supports that energetically. And then May 28th, Mercury enters Cancer, and that is when, again, communication becomes more emotional in nature. And so there's a lot of different things going on in May. We're all dealing with a lot collectively, and it's manifesting in our lives individually in varying ways. And it's really, really a great time to get a reading. I can read on FaceTime or on the phone, and the one-on-one readings that are tailored and personal to you. And I think doing it regularly over time is where you really get to get the most out of the cards and the planets. And I love doing it, so contact me. And thank you for joining me today, Aries, and have a great May. Oh, please give me a like and subscribe. Okay, have a great May.